Welcome back to my channel. Yes, first of all, I do want to say thank you to everybody who came out to celebrate my milestone of 10,000 subs last night. We had a wonderful time. Like, it was so much fun. It was awesome hanging out with all of you. I miss doing live streams. I think I might try and schedule a live stream at least once a week over here on YouTube, and we'll see how that goes. I'm really bad at like doing live streams and scheduling them. So you guys are gonna have to hold me accountable for this so that I actually do it. Anyways, I do have a Victoria video coming out later today, but I just wanted to go ahead and touch base and get this one out of the way first. This is our crazy neighbor to the north, Psycho Canadian. And yeah, she came into the live stream last night. She got ignored and ran away. And what did she do? She decided to make 3 videos. I mean, every time she makes a video, she just hurts herself over and over and over. She's not hurting us. She's not hurting Villain. She's not hurting myself. She's hurting herself every time she opens her mouth. I've never seen anybody claim not to be a racist while being a racist. Like, it's just astounding to me. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the video. So let me just shut my pie hole and let's get into it.
Yeah, hi, good evening everybody. I'm making this video to address the cyberbullying that I have been under. I have been under cyberbullying from 2 creators. One of them is called Frauditure Reaper, and the other is called Your Favorite Villain. Now, I would like to preface this video by telling you how this whole situation did start.
Wow, she actually got my name right for once. And no, we're not bullying her. I'm sure most of you have already seen the videos that I've put out on her, I think 2. And I've showed you proof that she is the one bullying and attacking and abusing people. Not just myself and Villain, but several people on TikTok. Nobody's you, lady. I'm sorry to burst your bubble on that. You're the only bully here, and you just don't seem to know when to stop, do you? And we'll go through to her what she claims is how this happened, and we'll see if she's being honest or not. Spoiler alert, she's not really being honest about how this started.
And of course, my role that I have played in it, which was minor.
Oh, no, no, no. Your role in this is not minor at all. Your role in this is like you are the main freaking character in this sitcom. You started this. You are the major role in everything going on.
But I guess there are 2 sides of the story, and not only do I want to defend myself, but I also want to publicly apologize as well to anybody that I have offended. Now, at the beginning, I came across the videos of Lisa Richards, and I don't know why, but I started watching them. It is not like me to watch these kind of things.
Yeah, because you enjoy watching people suffer and making them suffer. That's why you started watching Lisa.
But at that particular time, I felt sorry for her. Okay. Which is because I've got a very kind heart.
Yeah, no, I'm not even sure if your heart is actually beating. I do need to address something really quickly here while we're at the beginning of this video is she has up here part 1. Do not use this video to copy. I do not give you permission to do so as per legal advice. Well, sadly, lady, it don't matter. You posted this publicly, so therefore I have the right per the Fair Use Act to take your videos and comment on them, to make criticism about them. My disclaimer is at the beginning of my video. I'll go ahead and show it again so that you can take your time and read it. But I can't make you understand it, so you might want to Google it yourself and understand it on your own. So here we have the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that may otherwise be infringing. So because I take your videos and I make videos of them by using criticism and comments, I am protected by the Fair Use Act of 1976.
And I have a lot of compassion for people. Now, that was definitely a mistake of mine, because I should have known by experience that as a person with upbringing in class, that the people who have low class, basically I should steer away from. I should have known that.
No, I think you should steer away from all humanity because you're a danger to society. You are an absolute danger to anybody around you, and you should just stay away from all humans.
And most people in North America do have low class.
I'm not sure if you are aware of this, but you are in North America. You do know that Canada is a country in the continent of North America. So if you are going to say that everybody in North America is low class, then okay, you're low class. Thank you for finally admitting you're low class.
Because of the way they were raised and brought up. And that's just a fact.
So you're claiming that it is a fact that North Americans have low class because of how they were raised and brought up. So show me the statistics on this so-called fact of yours. See, you seem to have an issue understanding the difference between a fact and an opinion. There is no statistic that says that North Americans are of low class because of upbringing and being raised. It is, however, your vile opinion. That's all it is your opinion. You might want to learn these things before you make these response videos. Try and educate yourself a little bit, Miss High IQ.
Not to offend anybody, but that's just a fact. Now, so what I didn't like about it, and I became pretty angry, was that these two people were actually making videos mocking her and so on. And I know that she's a drug addict. I can tell. I just, I know. But
Okay, yeah. So does that make you something special because you can tell she's an addict? Like everybody can tell she's an addict, not just you. You don't have special powers or anything like that. Um, if our videos, I'm gonna share something really awesome with you. Okay, so sit down, be quiet for 5 seconds, and just listen, because this is extremely good advice. If you come across a content creator who makes videos that anger you so badly that you feel the need to attack them and bully them for months on end, then you should probably just stop watching their videos. I mean, it's simple. It's common sense. I know common sense is no longer common. You're great proof of that. And clearly, when God was handing out common sense, you were off in a corner somewhere convincing yourself that you have a great boyfriend who worships the ground that you walk on. So you missed out on the common sense. If you don't like us, do not watch us. It is that simple.
that's not the point. The point is that these videos, and I still ascertain to this day that you should not be making videos like this. You are not God, certainly. You're not anybody, really.
Well, that's awesome. Like, I know I'm not God, obviously. I know who God is. I know who Jesus is. I'm neither one of them. However, I don't recall crawling out of your birth canal And last time I checked, you're not the one paying my bills. So I don't really care if you say I shouldn't be making these videos. I was never mocking Lisa or making fun of her addiction. I simply covered her because she is a scamming POS. Um, that's the whole reason I started covering her. However, like I said, again, until you start paying my bills or I have to, for some miracle, call you mommy, then I don't have to do a fucking thing you say.
And that you should just leave these people alone. It doesn't matter. They haven't committed a crime or anything. They're not, I mean, what she's doing is asking for money. You may not like it. I agree, it's not pleasant. Yes, I agree, is what she is, but that doesn't give you the right to abuse her.
Yeah, we're not abusing her. And she is actually breaking the law. Every time she goes online, she's breaking the law, along with her little people that are helping her break the law. I don't know if you know what theft by deception is, but yeah, she commits that every time she opens her mouth. And well, if she wasn't breaking the law, then RICO charges wouldn't be being brought up against her and her little friends who are helping her. So, unless you know what you're talking about, maybe you should just be quiet. And honestly, for you to tell us to leave people alone while you are the one who forcefully inserted yourself into our lives when we don't even give two shits who you are, yeah, it's a bit hypocritical of you, lady. Pure hypocrite.
So, I left comments about my feelings towards this, but this is where things got a little bit rough for me. And, I do have a temper, I admit, but that is just natural.
No. The comments that you left are not natural. Okay, the comments that you left are the type of comments that a psychopath leaves. Um, you attacked one person because they're not white. You attacked me because you claim I'm not loved and that I don't know how to love, even though you don't know who the hell I am. And you attacked Villain because she's thinner than you, prettier than you, wears makeup, and dresses nice. So I'm not sure what you're trying to get at here. Like, are you trying to defend and save yourself? Because you're failing miserably right now. You're actually making yourself look much worse. Oh, yeah, and I need to add, it's also not natural anger to make a YouTube video saying if it was legal, you would murder Villain and I. So, yeah, sorry.
And I tend to defend the underdog, and I don't like to see people being abused.
Yeah, I find that very hard to believe since all you do is abuse people. People on the internet, people in your real life. That seems to be what you do as you as a person. You are an abuser. I mean, you abuse people online. I've seen that with my own eyes. And I now know that you've abused people in your own real life. So, uh, wow.
So, and then the one thing kind of led to another, and and I said something that I do regret and that I should not have said. Now, I am from South Africa, and I was born and raised in apartheid. So yes, I do have a different opinion with regards to, race, but that does not make me a racist. Okay.
Yeah, let me stop you right here. I don't care where the hell you were born and raised. Um, and it's called racist, not racist. And you are. Okay. I don't care how you try to spin it and make yourself seem. Everything that I've seen you say with your own mouth and type in posts and put in comments, you are a racist.
Okay. I believe that that people are different. We are not all the same. We may not all, we may bleed red, which is the argument that these people that don't know what they're talking about makes, that we're all the same. We're not all the same, basically, but that we are different, and that what makes us different is because the melanin. The less melanin, our brains are different.
So wait, so yeah, no, we are the same. We bleed the same color. We all have the same organs. Um, Technically, if you were to skin every human being, you wouldn't be able to tell if they were black, white, Latino, Asian, because they would all look the same. So yes, you focus way too much on skin color, and that's it. You only care about skin color. It's sad. It's really, really sad that in 2024, we have somebody who only sees people by color, and they base you on how you are by your color. And now she's saying that depending on your color will determine on how your brain works. Like, oh my God, you cannot make this up. It's disgusting.
And that is what I believe, and that is how I see things. And of course, everybody is different. It's just like, I don't want to go into the genetics of things, but I do believe we are very different, and that's the way it is.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you on that. Everybody is different. People have different tastes. People have different thoughts. People have different opinions. People have different likes and dislikes. Um, but when you base a person off of their skin color, that's when you become wrong. Nobody should be basing anybody off of their skin color. I don't care what color your skin is, you're still a person. Plain and simple. I don't care. You're white and I find you disgusting. It's just, I mean, it's not because you're white, it's just because you're a disgusting human being.
Okay? It doesn't mean that they're better or worse than anybody else. Now, I did make a remark because I was defending Lisa, saying that, people of color should not really go into her lane, And I kind of agree with that. Like, I agreed with my statement, but I realized that that offended people, and I apologize for offending people.
So you apologize for offending people even though you stand by that statement 100%. That's not an apology. Okay? That's just trying to band aid a racist comment that you made because you believe in that racist comment. So, exactly what do you mean people of color should stay in their own lane when it comes to people like Lisa? Okay, why? Who cares what color you are? Does it matter? How about you stay in your own lane? Okay, because you don't seem to have an understanding on anything other than the weird, detached reality that you have going on in your head. You should have stayed in your lane when you first started attacking myself and Villain, and then Jay, and then other people. You should have stayed in your lane. Nobody cares about your opinion. Nobody cares that you don't like Jay because he's not white. Nobody cares that you don't like Villain because she's thinner, prettier, and wears makeup. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you don't like me because I've been arrested once in my life. I don't care. But you forcefully inserted yourself in our lives and then you just refuse to leave. Okay? I don't go seeking out your videos. You tag me in your videos. You tag me. Okay? I don't tag you in my videos. You seek my videos out. See the difference here? I don't look for you. You look for me. Villain doesn't look for you. You look for Villain. It's the same thing on TikTok. You do the same thing.
And but still, personally, I think that we should all, it's just like we should stay in our lane. It was more of the fact that we should not, we should just leave each other alone.
Why don't you take your own advice then and leave us alone? Leave all of us alone. I'm not speaking just for myself. I'm speaking for everybody you have been attacking for the last couple of months. And you haven't gotten the hint when people block you. So you create a new account and then continue to come at us. And then when you are not getting attention on TikTok from us, then you start emailing people every day, sometimes twice a day. And the only thing you're saying over and over is how much better you are than we are, how much more loved you are, how disgusting we are. And yet still you don't get a response, but yet you still reach out and still email. The thing is, the problem here isn't me. The problem isn't Villain. The problem here is you. There is a common denominator in a sea of all of us. And that common denominator is a problem. And that common denominator is you, Natasha. Because everyone else has a problem with you. You're a stalker. You're an abuser. You attack everybody. You harass. And you bully us. And then you come online and you throw this "I'm a victim, feel sorry for me" bullshit while still attacking us. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Okay? You're either the victim or you're the bully. You can't be both. And we have to actually be doing these things to you for you to be a victim. And the only thing I'm doing is covering you so that people everywhere know to stay away from you.
Okay, leave her alone. Stop making money off of other people's demise.
Again, I did not crawl out of your birth canal, and you don't pay my bills. So my answer to that is no. I will not stop covering Lisa. When Lisa stops scamming and stealing from people, then I will stop covering her. Until then, no. And I will continue to cover everybody on TikTok who is scamming people out of their money for reasons they don't need it for. Sorry that you don't like it, but I gave you some really good advice earlier. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Move on. I mean, you're probably better off on the kids' side of YouTube anyways. Actually, no, I take that back. Please don't go to the kids' side of YouTube. I'm sure there's somebody over there you'll find to abuse and attack as well. So please leave the children of YouTube alone. Your best bet is you seem way too sensitive for social media. You're probably better off deleting all of your social media apps and learning how to knit or something.
Okay, so I apologize with regards to that. But as I said, I do not hate people of different races. I am not a racist. What I pertain in is my angle is I believe that we are different. That is my angle. Okay, we are different. And I do believe that, it's easier, life is easier when people are, I don't believe in race mixing and so on. But whatever your opinion of that is, I am just trying to defend myself here and to look at both sides of the angles. I understand that the way these people were raised, they only have they have a very limited understanding and ability to understand. Their intelligence is lower too, right?
Okay, so you're trying to understand both angles. I call bullshit on that. You are the most simple-minded person I've come across. You say that you don't dislike or hate people of color, and then follow that statement up with I don't believe in interracial mixing, that you feel it's easier on the children if they are not mixed. Um, how would you know? Are you part of an interracial mixed family? I mean, according to you, you're the purest white of all the whiteys, so clearly no. Um, these these are the things that we are talking. You are a complete racist, by the way. Just to remind you yet again, your statement there proved you're a racist. um, why don't you leave people alone and stop giving your disgusting opinions on how you feel about race and interracial mixing, because you're not doing a very well job at defending yourself. You're actually hurting yourself the more you talk. Um, honestly, I hope this does go to court because I can't wait to show the judge this. He will understand what's actually going on at that point. I mean, your local police department know you very well, which is not a good thing. Like I've been arrested one time, and still, if you went to my local PD, they wouldn't even know who I am. But your local PD, they seem to know you pretty well. That's a sad thing.
So, because Americans do have a very low intelligence. Okay.
I love that she says that Americans have low intelligence, and she has no clue that Canada is in North America. But we're the ones with the low intelligence. Okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot of reasons for that. Now, however, that doesn't mean that I should be bullied. Okay.
You're absolutely right. So who's bullying you? I mean, really, who is bullying you? Nobody that I know of.
Okay, because I have an opinion that is different from another person.
And that's awesome. I could care less if your opinion is different from mine. The problem here is you want to shove your opinion down everybody's throats and try and force them to have the same opinion as you. And I'm sorry, that's just not going to happen. And because we call you out on your vile, disgusting behavior, does not mean we're bullying you. By all means, we're not. But let me show you what bullying is, okay? I only have 2 examples right now. I'm sure Villain will give me more emails to show, but I'll show these emails again and show what bullying actually is and where it's actually coming from.
I do not deserve this bullying, and I would say that I am being bullied by these 2 people, and I do apologize that I made that comment. I shouldn't have made it. It's but however, it was made.
Yeah, it was made. And we already know that you stated that you are sorry for making the comment, but you fully believe in that comment that you made, so that's not a real apology. So I don't know what you're trying to say because you're not really apologizing, but that's okay. We don't expect you to apologize.
It doesn't mean anything. It was written in the heat of the moment.
Well, you seem to have a lot of issues with heat of the moment since you just made a video the other night threatening to murder Villain and I, and even stating if it was legal, you would do it. So I honestly think you need to check out some anger management classes along with some pretty extensive psychological therapy and get yourself in order before you go out in public again or go on social media, because you're really hurting yourself, your image, your personality. It's just, you are not a good person.
Now, that being said, as I said, because of that, all this landed up to them attacking me, and this video will probably go up and be used, which of course I do not allow. As I preface, I do not allow my video to be used. So if you are using it, I will let my legal team know that you're using it, and that will, because I am going to be taking legal action against you. That I can assure you.
Well, are you going to pay for that legal action with your trust funds? Because, yeah, I can use your videos. Like I've already said, you posted them on a public platform, and I am using them to comment to you and criticize what you have stated. I have the Fair Use Act of 1976 on my side. You might want to look it up and educate yourself.
So unfortunately, I have to make this video in two parts. This is part one, and I don't really like doing this, but I have to get all my points across.
Yeah, technically you didn't have to make this video at all. You chose to make this video. You made a decision to make a video making yourself look worse than you already did. And then you go on for damn near 10 minutes altogether talking about your horrible life and how you came to Canada and couldn't get a job. So you found the first man with money that would marry you and have children with you. I don't care about you. I don't care about your life. I don't care about your past. I don't care about you, lady. You don't seem to understand that none of us care about you or your life. You are the one who forcefully insert yourself into our lives. None of us cared to be part of yours. So with that, I will be cutting out a huge chunk of her long, repetitive, boring video talking about how she is a victim of life and everyone should feel sorry for her. I'm not going to bore you with any of that. If you want to go watch it, you may go to her channel and watch it. I don't care. And just beware, it will put you to sleep because it's quite boring. Because nobody cares, lady. That's one problem. Stop putting all of your stuff on the internet. We knew what your name and where you live are because you put your business card on TikTok, and you pretty much stated where you live, what you do, your whole family's issues, your issues. Like, stop. Really, find a hobby or something.
So, that was how it basically started.
I mean, she's kind of right how it started. She came across our videos, she didn't like us, so she decided to start harassing and attacking us in the comment sections, and then we blocked her and she took it to email. So, yeah, that's how it started.
Yes, good evening. I'm making this video. It's part 2 on my cyberbullying, and I hope it will be the last. I'm also prefacing this video by stating that no one is allowed to use this video to use on their platform. I'm not giving permission to do so. My legal team has told me to write that down and to say it as well. So this video is about cyberbullying against me from your favorite villain and Frauditya Reaper. And I would like to preface this by saying that Frauditya Reaper, who claims that I am a terrible Canadian citizen,
Okay, yes, I apologize for calling you a terrible Canadian citizen. Um, I promise I will change that. You are a terrible human being, okay, who happens to live in Canada. There. That's the absolute truth.
Would like to preface by saying that, first of all, Fraudity Reaper is a criminal. She was convicted of shoplifting. Granted, it was only chicken, but everybody knows if you shoplift once, you've done it many, many times before in the past. She's a criminal, and she's obviously living on welfare because there's no way that a criminal will be able to get a proper job, and the government subsidize these low level creatures.
God, I love how everybody keeps using my chicken theft against me. Yes, I absolutely did. I did never denied the fact that I got arrested for shoplifting because I'm a horrible fucking criminal and got caught the first and only time I've done it. No, just because you've done it once doesn't mean that you continue to do it. I have not continued to do it, and this was 2 years ago. Don't plan on ever doing it again either. It was a horrible, horrible experience and probably one of the dumbest decisions I ever made in my life. See, I learn from my mistakes. Can't say the same thing from you or for you. Um, I'm not on welfare. I don't understand where you keep getting that all Americans live on welfare. We don't. Clearly, you were denied welfare, so you hate anybody who is on welfare. And that, I'm sorry for you on, really. I have actually a very, very good job. I actually am a independent government contractor. I work for the U.S. government as an independent contractor. So your whole statement on if you've ever been arrested that you cannot gain unemployment is not true. It's actually completely false. Just because you have a misdemeanor or even a felony on your record, you can still gain employment and good employment. You know, just because you have something on your record doesn't mean you're subjected to cleaning toilets your entire life. So, yeah, I still don't understand where she got that either. It's something she made up in her mind and she wants to claim that it's an absolute fact. Again, she doesn't understand fact from opinion, and that's a her problem again. Uh, yeah, so that's really all she has on me. I really don't care. I'm not a racist. I'm not disgusting. I don't attack people just because of their appearance or their skin color. That would be her. She seems to have this thing where she is a wonderful human being because she's never been arrested or been in trouble. But here's the thing, there are millions of people out there who have never been in trouble with the law, but are horrible, horrible, disgusting people. You don't have to be arrested to be a bad person. You don't have to get in trouble with the law to be a bad person. You are just a bad person, okay? You're a disgusting human being. You are an embarrassment to the human race. And you've never been arrested. How about that?
Your favorite villain is another person that I completely disliked on Contact. Um, it was something got to me about her, and I sense pure evil in her. And my feelings are still the same. She is an ex-drug addict, and basically, just because she's clean, um, people that do take drugs in the first place are dangerous people because they are taking drugs because they lack dopamine and they lack humane hormones. And she still is not, no, she's not a human being, okay? Because if she was, she wouldn't be bullying so many people and hurting so many people. I do believe that both of these people are soulless beings.
Yeah, we all know why you don't like villain. You've already stated in a TikTok video that thankfully I was able to save before your page was banned from TikTok because you are vile, where you state how much you hate any female that is thinner than you, prettier than you, wears makeup, and dresses nicely. And, well, villain is all of those things. Just because she's an ex addict or she used to use drugs but got clean doesn't make her a bad person. It doesn't make her a bad person at all. Um, Again, going back to there are plenty of people out there in the world who are horrible disgusting people, and yet they have never been addicts. I'm going to use you as an example again. You are a horrible, disgusting person, even though you've never been a drug addict. So just because you did drugs doesn't make you a certain type of person. Villain is one of the most amazing, wonderful, honest, loving, and caring people that I've ever been able to call a friend. And I'm sorry you're just pure jealous of her.
They have no soul, and that is why they're hurting other people.
How are we hurting other people? Aren't you the one that felt sorry for Lisa, so you sent her money? How were you helping her? You weren't. You were hurting her because that money went to drugs. That money went to get her high. Actually, that money could have been her last breath, and you could have been the reason why she OD'd. We are bringing awareness to people not to give her money, and why? Because, well, she is a habitual liar that likes to say she needs money for food and something to drink and to pay her bills and for this and for that, and some fake sprained ankle that turned into a cut that got infected. It is gangrene and now she needs it severed off. Who knows? What have you done to help Lisa? Can I ask you that? I've already stated what Villain and I have done to help Lisa, and I don't need to discuss it again. We know what we've done to help Lisa. Lisa's actually a very lovely person and very intelligent when she's sober. It's not very often, but when she is sober, she's a very lovely, wonderful, and intelligent person. She's way better than you, I can tell you that. She's actually more intelligent than you are as well. And in my opinion, less of a danger to society.
And they're trying to make money from hurting other people, which is wicked.
I make money through AdSense because I take my time to make my videos. My videos I do on my spare time when I'm not working a 40-hour-a-week job. Something you don't have. You do admit that. And I do get paid through AdSense. I am monetized on YouTube. And nobody gives me any money unless they want to do a super chat or a super thanks. But pretty much all of my money comes from AdSense. Not from you, not from other people's pockets. So, yeah. And I don't do it to hurt people, unlike yourself. Are you just mad because nobody would, even if you did find some way to create content, nobody would want to listen to you? Nobody. You're disgusting.
All right. And another thing that, first of all, I want to preface that, yes, I've never committed a crime in Canada. I have been working since the age of 40, for 40 years, actually. I am I'm 57. I've been working since I was 17. So I've been working for 6 years in South Africa, and the rest of the time, in fact, within 24 hours of getting off of the plane, I got a job and I haven't stopped working since.
That's quite interesting because later on in the video you mentioned that as soon as you get off the plane in Canada, you couldn't get work, so you married the first man that was willing to marry you. Yeah, that's a bit confusing.
Now, I do not work full time, I must preface that, but I've always done the best that I could, and I've contributed to society, which I think makes me a good citizen. I have never had any problems with the law. The only issue that I've ever had, and that was legal in any way, and it certainly was not criminal.
Yeah, I don't care. You left your ex-husband. Okay. So just because you work part-time does not mean that you are a good person, okay? And like I already said, I apologize for calling you a bad Canadian citizen, and I have corrected it as you are just a horrible human, which I think is more fitting for you.
The only thing that he wanted was a child, and he used me to have a child. And he knew that was because I was from South Africa that I would have a child that was of Northern European descent and Northern European descent only, because he knew that we South Africans are not allowed to mix, as I explained in part 1 of my video, explaining my reasons why I believe, and I still believe, that people of different races should not be allowed. I mean, they should be allowed to do whatever they want, but it's preferable, especially for the children involved, to not be mixed. I try to preface this by saying that we are more different than we think. We are.
Yeah, you cannot save yourself from that racist comment one bit. And you never explained in video 1 why you feel like people shouldn't mix with other races. You just said it's because you don't like it. That's not a good enough reason on why people should not do that. And I'm glad you caught yourself when you started to say that people should not be allowed to mix with other races, which is how you really feel. But you were trying to cover yourself up just a little bit so that you didn't sound too racist. You failed again. Lady, you're just failing miserably here. Miserably.
Actually, the difference in our DNA is more than 4%. That does not mean that I hate the other races. It just means that I prefer that we keep things apart. Definitely, we are different, but that doesn't mean that I am better. I don't believe that I'm better than anybody else. Absolutely not. Except when it comes to class, and North Americans in general, okay? Because we South Africans do have class, and doesn't matter what race, we Northern Europeans do have higher class.
Okay. Again, let me remind you that you are in North America and you moved to North America. You are a Canadian citizen. You are thereby North American. It doesn't matter if if you were born in South Africa or not. That doesn't mean that you have higher class than people from other parts of the country, because just based on your personality alone, you have the lowest class I've ever. Actually, you have no class, lady, none. You are missing the entire thing. Your morals are extremely fucked up, and your values are in the trash. So yes, you do think that you are better than everybody else, and you have stated that several times, and it's just gross.
North American people, no matter what race, are bullies, because I guess it has to do with the lack of sunshine and the lack of education that people have. They are definitely lower class people. I tend to not really associate them with them much.
But yet then again, you are North American, lady. And let's face it, we get way more sun down here in the lower 48 than you get up there in Canada. So clearly you are lacking some sunshine. Okay. I lived in Florida for 18 years. I got plenty of sunshine. Maybe you should go outside once in a while. Don't bother anybody, please. Don't talk to people, please. Like, please don't interject yourself on other human beings. Please do not scare society to where they never want to go outside again. But yes, you need to go outside once in a while and just enjoy life. Go outside, touch some grass. Go to a park and enjoy some birds or something. You might even try to bully them, but at least they can fly away.
My boyfriend is Italian, and we have a great relationship, and I prefer to keep the friends that I have as Northern European being race, because they are just better people in general.
Because you're racist. Just say it. Just admit it already. Stop hiding from it. You have already said it in every word possible other than, I admit, my name is Natasha and I'm a racist. Just admit it.
I do not like North Americans at all.
Well, yet again, you live in North America. You're a Canadian citizen and you're a North American. But trust me, the feeling's mutual. We can't stand you either.
Basically, I find them just very cruel people. not in subsidized housing. Give me one example of me being a bad Canadian citizen. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Because if it was legal, although you're not really worth jail time, I would kill you. Easily. But as I said, you're not worth the jail time. And I'm 60 years old, and I'm a brown belt in karate. I could quite easily murder you if I wanted to, kill you, because I hate you. Okay, so that's what I was going to say. I do have a boyfriend. I do not understand why this villain person is saying that it's imaginary.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because we know that you have been single since your divorce, and that information came from people that are, well, they know you very, very, very well. Let's just put it like that.
Because unfortunately, she has my name, full name. She can Google me and find out that I do have one. And even contact my brother, which is easy to find because he's a member of the, he's got a very good job, and he's fighting with me legally on this matter as well. So he knows what's going on, and he's not pleased about it, and he will defend his sister to the utmost.
So, in other words, your brother is as batshit crazy as you are. Gotcha.
And if you phone him at the BC Fire Department, because he runs the entire BC Fire Department, he will tell you that, yes, I've had a boyfriend for 20 years. And that's all I'm going to say on that particular.
Yeah, and I know it's not all you're going to say on that matter, because every time you say, and that's all I'm going to say on that matter, you continue to talk about the same thing for way too long. Okay, so your brother's a fireman. Congratulations to him. He fights fires. It's a very noble, selfless job. Awesome. That doesn't mean he's not batshit crazy like you if he agrees with everything that you do and say, and how you think and feel. So there's that. And we would never call your brother. I remember you even said that you would give us your phone number to call and talk to said uh, imaginary blow up doll boyfriend. We would never even call you because that would be a waste of, I don't know, of air. Like, why would we want to call your brother or you? We have no interest in you or your family. None. I think we made that very clear. You are the one that keeps inserting yourself into our lives. You are the one who is tagging us in all of your videos. I don't tag you. She don't tag you. You seek us out. You're stalking us, basically. You're the one with the problem. And, well, it would seem your brother has one too.
Drug. Yes, I do drink wine occasionally, and that is as far as it goes. And I was on antidepressants, but I am now I'm almost done. I've tapered off, and that is due to the fact, and I'm doing that through a doctor and through the love, and I've been diagnosed with clinical depression. So call me crazy, call me what you want, but I still try really, really hard to be the best that I can be, and I feel as if I'm a fantastic citizen and nobody can prove otherwise.
Yeah, unfortunately, lady, every time you open your mouth, you prove that you are a horrible human being. Again, you are only focusing on the fact that I said that you were one of Canada's worst citizens. Has nothing to do with whether or not you pay taxes or you pay rent or whatever. It simply just means you are a horrible human being and you happen to be a citizen of Canada. That's all it simply meant. But you are so triggered by that and so stuck on it that it's crazy. I will be changing the title to this video from one of Canada's worst citizens. I'll just change one of those words in the title just for you, okay? And hey, everybody could use an antidepressant if they're suffering from depression. However, that does not excuse your vile behavior and your constant racism.
Nobody can. So there you go. And please do not repost this video, but you probably will do because you're evil. So, but thank you anyways for listening.
So this is thankfully her third and last video from that night. This is when she really starts to become unhinged again. Like, you can seriously tell that she's becoming unhinged when she starts talking even faster than she was before. The blinking becomes rapid, and she's moving her head like she's having a seizure or something. I don't know what's wrong with her. She gets herself so hyped up that I'm actually worried about her health.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to say that I had a really wonderful day today. I'm actually got the flu, which is why I've been at home. And my wonderful boyfriend came over and he took care of me, brought me some homemade food. So it really, really did cheer me up. So, and I want people to know that there's nothing that anybody can do to hurt me. Nothing that anybody can do to destroy my happiness.
Lady, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Nobody is trying to destroy you or your happiness. I find it hard to believe that you're a happy person anyways, just by the way you are so unhinged. But if you're happy, more power to you. Nobody's trying to stop that. Nobody's trying to take that away from you. You are the one who is inserting yourself into people's lives forcefully and trying to ruin their happiness. Even though you have failed at every turn to ruin our happiness, you're like on this mission to do just that.
Looking for anybody at all because I just came out of an abusive relationship with a man that actually, just took my child from me, basically. But I won't go there.
Yeah, please don't, because you went there in the second video, and again, nobody cares. And there has to be a reason, like a really good reason for the courts to give your ex-spouse full-blown custody to the point where you don't see that child, and that child to this day as an adult who is married with 2 children of her own wants nothing to do with you, to the point that she won't even tell you her son's name, and you don't even know her husband. So, and these are things that you yourself have admitted. That's how I got that information. It came out of your mouth. Do you remember that video you made when you were saying how much you hate your daughter? That's where I got that information from.
To have somebody that totally loves you, and we both worship each other. We just love each other. But I know that you people do not understand that. Because I am actually a truther, but I'm not a simple baby truther. I've been really into the truth movement down many, many, many rabbit holes.
Yeah, simple-minded, yes. Truther, no. And I doubt you've been down many rabbit holes, but I do feel like you crawled out of a hole.
For most of all my life. And I really wanted to get to the bottom of things. So, and one of the things that I found out along the way that we are living in some sort of a matrix, but this is just for you people, because I know you people will not be able, because the people that I'm addressing and watching these videos, the people that are cyberbullying me, they will not be able to understand that kind of concept.
So now we live in a matrix. So did you take the blue pill or the red pill?
So I'm going to make it as simple as possible for you people to understand, or you creatures to understand, that basically, as I was going through the obviously, one thing I learned was that there are people that have no souls. That's basically it. And of course, that is what you are. You guys are. Okay, the people that are bullying me now absolutely have no souls because they they have no souls. That's how come they're not attached to anybody. They cannot love another person.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about you, but I love my husband, my children, my family very, very much. I've never told a member of my family that I hate them. I especially would never make a public video on social media telling my daughter that I hate her and that I hope she suffers and that I hope that she ends up in poverty. You yourself have said that to your daughter on a video that you posted on social media for the world to see. So, excuse me while I don't believe anything coming out of your mouth about how you know how to love, but we non souled creatures do not know how to. Uh, yeah, seriously, please seek mental help. Please, quickly.
And so what happens is that demons take their place of the soulless people, and it's very, very common amongst people like the low grade creatures. Um, I wouldn't call you human. You're not. You're not. You're just.
Let me guess, we're now robots? Is that where you're going with this? We are absolute robots? I don't know about you, but the last time I checked, I was an actual walking, talking, breathing, eating, peeing, shitting human being. If you cut me, I bleed. Like, this woman is crazy, like, certifiably crazy. Who sits there and claims that they know somebody this well when they don't know that person? They just didn't like them on TikTok, so this is how they're going to treat you. And let's not forget that this soulful, loving, caring, most amazing person is the one who sat here in a video and threatened to murder Villain and I, claiming that if it was legal, she would do it.
And like you're not even like no like insects maybe I don't know, but you're basically soulless vessels, and you have demons attached to you. And I'm also a lover of Yeshua. It's not Christian, it's beyond that. I am beyond all those things.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you understand of Joshua, but Joshua is another name for Jesus, who is a Christian. It's also the pronunciation for Joshua, but in the bigger picture, it is Jesus. Jesus is a Christian. I learned this being a Catholic growing up. Give or take being a Norse pagan for 15 years, I still understood my Catholic upbringing. And I'm now Catholic again. And I know pretty much for a fact that Joshua is Jesus. So you say that you are not a Christian, but yet you worship Joshua. Are you like a I'm trying to figure out what religion she's trying to claim she is without saying it. Jehovah's Witness, maybe? Can somebody help me with this? I know my husband tried to explain it to me because he has, a bachelor's in biblical studies and a bachelor's in uh, biblical theology. And I just got completely lost. So maybe if I read it in comments, I'll understand it better. But even if she tried to claim to be a Christian, she is. You can't claim to be a Christian when you behave the way you do. So I'm kind of glad that she pretty much just said she's not.
Because Christianity is part of the matrix, basically.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, you need to seek some mental help, and I'm desperately asking you to get mental help at this point.
I believe in a creator called Yeshua. Now,
Okay, so basically, what I know is Joshua is the Hebrew name for Jesus, and from what I'm understanding, is that people that have her belief, or basically her, they feel like they don't need to convert to Christianity to worship Jesus or accept Jesus in their life. That's her thing. I will never tell anybody what they believe in, what they should believe in, what they shouldn't believe in. That's everybody's thing. But she uses this in a totally wrong way. Her direction on it is completely wrong and erratic. Pretty much uses it as an excuse for her vile behavior.
I know that obviously you people will never ever get it in a million years. Like, you're not capable of that.
Oh no, we're capable of it. I'm more than capable of understanding it. I just choose not to do that just to understand how your uh, thought process works because I don't care. Basically, don't care. You believe in what you want. I will believe in who I want. I know that God is my God. God is the creator. Jesus is his son. He is our savior. That's my belief. I am a Christian. I am a Catholic. That's all I care about. I don't care who you believe in, who you worship, but for some reason she just chooses to pull things out of her butt that she thinks is going to make her look like she's better than anybody else.
Almost anybody I know. Like, ask me anything, okay? I'm really deep into this. It has to do with my intelligence and the desire to learn things.
Yeah, you've already proven that you have a very low intelligence level, considering you don't even realize that you live in North America.
Now, one of the things that I know that is going to happen, we do live in a one world government, so be prepared for all you people, you soulless creatures, you cyberbullies, that you will have nothing because the government is going to take that away. Your subsidized housing, places that you're living in, your welfare payments, your old age, you can just wish that goodbye, okay?
Okay, first of all, lady, you just proved that you have a very low IQ and intelligence level by claiming that we live in a one world government because, well, we don't. Um, and again, I don't know why she assumes everybody she is threatened by or intimidated by is on welfare and in subsidized housing. Yeah, I have neither one of those, neither does Villain. However, you are the one that lives in a rent controlled apartment. Uh, I'm still on the fence here. Like, I fully believe that she applied for some sort of welfare at some point and was completely denied. So now she hates everybody who does get welfare. That's totally fine. Just don't project your shit all over everybody else.
You don't have anybody because you don't have a soul. So you have nobody. With love, with having a soul, people that have souls like me, we will always have prosperity because we have love, and love is the greatest thing in the world.
Your prosperity is waiting for some man to expire so that you can get out of that teeny tiny little one bedroom apartment of yours and move into one of the, not one, but now two houses that he is leaving her, and $500,000 that he's leaving her. So basically, when she first stated a while ago that she knows for a fact that she's going to end up a millionaire in her old, decrepit age, it's just because she's waiting for this guy who still I is either imaginary, blow up, or doesn't realize they're in a relationship, passes away, and she fights his family tooth and nail for his two houses and $500,000. Lady, you focus way too much on the need for material things and money, and that's a real problem. a real problem. You're very shallow, you're very materialistic, you are not a strong woman at all. You pretty much base your worth on whether or not you have a man to take care of you and support you financially. And that's really sad to see in a female, especially nowadays. It's just sad.
There's nothing that is greater. So I have the love of Yeshua. I have the love of Charlie, my boyfriend, who we totally love each other. And yeah, that's one of the things that I just wanted to make sure that you understand.
But why? Okay. Again, why do we need to understand you, your background, your victimhood, all of this stuff? Villain and I have never shown an interest in you or your life because we've never gave a shit. You are the one who forcefully put yourself in our lives, uh, attacking us, harassing us on TikTok, uh, creating new accounts when you're blocked from us. You're following us all over TikTok, coming into different live streams that we're in. You actually came into my live stream on YouTube the other night. You're tagging us in these really horrible, long-winded, boring-ass videos to make sure we see them. But we're not tagging you in anything. Do you see where I'm going with this? You are the one seeking us out. We're not seeking you out. We're not trying to find you. We're not even speaking to you. We only just now finally decided to come out and expose you for who you are because you won't leave us the hell alone. It's gotten to the point where you can no longer harass us on TikTok. So you have resulted in emails, up to 3 emails a day to Villain. And she did eventually, finally respond, and she told you to stop harassing her, stop emailing her, and leave her alone. And what did you do? You just hyped it up even more. You got worse. So again, what did we do to make you think that we give 2 shits about you or who you are? We don't. You just keep putting it in our face. Now, yes, we are going to make sure that everybody on the internet knows who you are, because you're forcing yourself on people. You're attacking and harassing and bullying people all over social media, and people have the right to know to stay away from you.
You people, you bullies, you people, not even people actually, you are going to land up with nothing in your old age because you are basically parasites of the system. Parasites in not just the fact that you are soulless, because soulless beings are parasites. They like to feed off of other people, good people like me. They like to bully other people.
See, what's really funny is you seem to know an awful lot about being soulless and parasitic and an insect and demonic. That's not something I would brag about because you seem to talk about it an awful lot, so you seem to know a lot about it. Probably because while you're saying all of this stuff, you're staring right at your own face in your phone.
And but they're parasites in that they're welfare takers. They basically live off the government. And don't tell me.
Well, I guess considering I am an independent government contractor and I work for the United States government, yeah, I'm taken care of by the government because, well, the government is what signs my paychecks every other week, but I do work 40 hours a week for those paychecks. So, yeah, it's not the same thing of what you think it is, but nice try.
Sorry, the TV just came on. Oh my goodness me.
Look at that, Natasha. Even your apartment is telling you to shut the hell up by turning the TV on super loud so it can no longer hear your voice.
I'm just watching something and it just suddenly turned on. So we'll just That's very odd. That's very, 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 very odd.
Oh no, next she's going to say that Villain and I put a curse on her or a hex on her or something, and we're causing her TV to turn on and off during odd moments. I honestly wouldn't put it past her to say something like that.
Okay. I guess that was my mother turning on the TV for me.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Even your mother's telling you to shut up.
Because my mother and me are very close. But as I said, I live on trust funds and my boyfriend, basically. And so I don't have to worry about anything. I don't even have to work if I don't want to.
Yeah, so basically, you're admitting that you are an insecure woman who is not independent enough to take care of herself. So she needs to tell people that she is being financially taken care of by supposedly quote unquote trust funds and a imaginary blow up doll boyfriend. Oh my god, why is everything money with you and material things like houses? Who cares? Really?
I don't need to because I'm basically taken care of. I'm an elderly person now. I'm a senior citizen, so I mean, I don't get anything yet because I'm not 60. Not that I want anything. I don't need anything.
Yeah. Saying you're a senior citizen is not quite a flex, but you do you. And second of all, you're not a senior citizen. Technically, by government standards, a senior citizen in Canada is 65 years old. You have told us now that you are 57 years old, and now you are saying you are 60 years old. Do you even know how old you really are? Are you just pulling numbers out of your ass now? Because you have stated you're 57 and now you stated 60. You claim you're a senior citizen when you're not a senior citizen, at least not until you're 65. And that's why you're not receiving Social Security benefit or whatever benefits you guys get in Canada. That's why you're not getting them. Benefits don't start until you're 65 years old. My God, I thought you were like the greatest Canadian citizen there ever lived. Yet you don't even know when benefits start to be as being a senior citizen. I knew.
But I'm just telling you for you people out there
That don't give a shit.
you'll land up in the ditch. That I can assure you. And I've prayed to my Yeshua that he will protect me from evil people like you, or evil creatures, the demons that are in you, soulless beings, that he will protect me from you. And I've got nothing to worry about because I've gone very deep. I study the old Bible, the Geneva Bible.
Okay, so I'm not sure what the flex is on reading the Geneva Bible. The Geneva Bible, all it was is the very first English translated Bible that people used because it was translated into English. The Thomas Bible was actually the second one translated into English, more so that people could understand it better. But that's all it is. I don't understand why she's flexing on that. It's all it is the first translated version of the Bible.
And I have a God that is very present and strong and will help people like me. It will help the people that have souls. You're not going to be helped. You're just going to land up in a ditch or something like that, because soulless beings, they land up. You will, and also the vaccine. You will end up with MS, cancer. You're not going to see your old age. Not because because people like you definitely have taken it, because that's just your mental lack thereof, because you're soulless beings in the matrix. So.
And there goes the rapid blinking and seizure-like head movements. That's how you know she's really unhinged. Well, there's two things to touch base on here. One is she prays to her God to protect her, and that her God is never going to, help us, help other people, the people that she is intimidated by and threatened by. So clearly she doesn't pray to, I mean, she obviously doesn't believe in God or pray to God, because God doesn't work that way. You can't just pray to God and say, protect only me, help only me, but destroy those that don't share my opinion or my thoughts. They're not like me, so destroy all of them. Yeah, it doesn't work like that at all. And as far as the vaccine goes, I'm not getting into all of that. Everybody has their own opinion on it. I respect everybody's opinion on the vaccine. I just don't respect this lady because she's a pile of trash. But yeah, MS and cancer was around way before COVID hit and way before the COVID vaccine was even done. So apparently to her, MS and cancer started after the vaccine. Again, every time she opens her mouth, she proves that her intelligence level is about 6 feet deep in the ground. That's how low her intelligence level is. Also, just so you know, Natasha, that just because you had the COVID vaccine doesn't mean when you walk past a drawer of silverware, it's all going to fly out and stick to your body. I'm pretty sure that she believes in that as well.
Yeah. And so there's nothing like the love of man, really. There's nothing like it. No, nothing. Because your children grow up and they have their own lives. And there's nothing that can compare. So thanks for listening. And I've had a wonderful day. And yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Another video of one of Canada's most vile human beings. She's she's completely batshit crazy. I don't understand how Villain and I attract crazy people like this, but I don't think I've ever encountered one quite as loony as her, to put it nicely. And it's every time she says, I'm just trying to defend myself. But every time she opens her mouth, she makes herself look and sound worse than she already looked and sounded 5 seconds ago. So I don't know how she's defending herself. She's just something else. Anyways, since I have to endure her, you guys have to. I'm sorry, you don't have to watch if you don't want to. I know she's quite repulsive to listen to, but yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Be safe. Bye.